wings.
Cauliflower wings.
Bean wings.
I don't know what they're made of, actually.
Good evening, gentlemen, ladies. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate all the hard work that you guys have done for the Homies Fantasy Football League. It's been a great offseason, guys, and I just want to say I recognize all the hard work you guys have been doing, and I appreciate it. The league appreciates it. I feel like we have the best league around. But the season is coming, and the season is coming soon, so we've got some things that we've got to get ready to continue to make this league awesome. So let's start. I believe the first item on our agenda is league fees. Now, league fees last year were $20.
Yeah.
Cody, you were doing some research on league fees. Where do we stand on that?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards a higher risk, but that means higher reward.
High risk, high reward.
What are we thinking? Because it was 20.
I've played with people who put in $300, and I'm not suggesting that we go that crazy, but at least 100.
When?
I feel like 100 a good number, but I'm leaning more towards 40.
40?
Double it.
What are you, peasants?
I thought 20 was fine.
Yes,
I
yes,
thought
I
20
am.
was fine.
No, I'm thinking 40, Kamish.
Okay.
But do you know how much you could win if we all put in 100?
Do you know how much you could lose?
100.
Yeah.
Great point.
I think 40 is a good number.
Okay. Well, let's take a vote on it, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're good with $20, the same as we did last year, raise your hands.
What?
Okay. Okay. For $40 for this year? Okay. $100.
Come on.
Okay.
No way.
All right, so $40. $40 a year.
fee.
Right. How are we?
Yeah, so payment this year, a couple options. We got Google Pay or Zelle.
Okay.
That can be accessed through your email, the commission's email, which is adamddrake@gmail.com. adamddrake@gmail.com. Also, we have an Apple Pay option as well.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So the phone
Fancy.
number for that is 602-312-3535.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my secretary. Don't worry about it. It's a live video, but secretary's here to. Huh? No, you're good. You're all right.
So, like I was saying, Google Pay or Zelle, also Apple Pay to that phone number I just shared. And there's a due date because some people, I'm not going to say any names.
Who was it? Craig's dad? It's probably.
We don't need to call names.
It was probably El Grande. Let's be honest.
So there's a due date.
Okay, due date.
And there's, so due date is September 5th, and there's a consequence if you don't have a due date because
I think consequences are important.
Yeah,
they're important. This will put your feet to the
Especially when
fire.
you're the one fronting all of the money.
Exactly.
Touche, commish.
That'd be me, so.
Yeah.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
For every week that you aren't paid, you are forfeiting that week.
Okay.
So you're that's a possibility of missing some money that could possibly be won.
So if I don't pay and my team smokes El Grande's first game,
Doesn't matter.
I still forfeit?
You still
Yep.
forfeit that week.
All right.
Done.
All right.
Fair. That's fair.
You gotta get your money
It's
in.
fair.
Gotta get the money
Get the
in.
money in.
So
All right.
And it's only $40, so
Only $40.
Due September
Due
5th.
September 5th.
Okay.
There you
Incredible.
go.
Appreciate you. Thank you for all your hard work on that, Cody. Okay, next item on the agenda, trades. We had some issue with trades last year.
Yes,
Josh,
we did.
you were looking at this year. What did we figure out?
yeah, after doing a little bit of research, I realized that we currently did not have enough trade veto numbers because people were making some crazy trades, and we didn't have enough people jump in to say, hey, this is unfair, we need to veto this. And so the trade veto number going forward is going to be half of the teams remaining, which is 5.
Yeah.
Which is 5, right? So if there's 5 teams that veto a trade, then it does not go through. And so if you're making a shady trade.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
You
Taking
know
advantage
if
of
you're
it.
making a shady trade.
So it takes half the teams not involved in the trade
Not involved.
to veto a trade.
Because there's 12 teams in total.
Okay.
So take 2 out who are making the trade.
Right.
The remaining 10.
Okay.
And if half of the remaining 10.
So what you're saying is if
jump in to
half the
veto,
league that's not in that trade thinks it's unfair, it's probably unfair.
Right.
It's definitely
If
unfair.
it's the kicker for the starting quarterback,
Okay.
like you can veto that.
Okay.
We've
I feel
seen
like-
stuff like that. So
You know,
Some people, we're not gonna say names,
Yeah.
You know,
I
gotta
appreciate
protect the league.
I appreciate your research. I think that's fair.
Can you trade your position in the trade? Like, let's say I get draft pick number 1. Can I say, I'm going to give away draft pick number 1 to Holly, and I'll take the last draft pick, but I get her QB or something?
No, there's no draft pick trades this year. So
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no draft pick trades. All right.
It's a great question.
I like it.
It's a great question. All right, let's see. Payouts. Okay, so we talked about $40. Now, how do we distribute all that cash? Holly, I believe you were on this.
I was, yeah. So I talked to a handful of people.
Okay.
I did my research online, and I was trying to keep it fun, but give options to the homies to make sure that they were involved.
They do like options.
And gave their opinions, you know. So we have 2 options this year.
Okay.
The first option is going to be, so the top scorer of each week will get $20 if they get the top score.
So whichever team has the most points in that 1 week,
Correct,
gets $20.
Yep.
This happens every single week. We're handing out money every single week.
We have the $40 now, so that's the
Okay.
entrance fee. So absolutely $20 a week, I think.
Wow. That's
And
incredible.
then at the end, whoever comes in first place would get $200. The second place would get $150, and then third place would get $70.
That's
So-
okay.
So I can win my money back without placing in the top 3.
Correct,
You can.
because it's only $40. So if you win, if you're the top scorer 2 weeks in a row or 2 weeks in general, you made your money back.
Even I could do that.
I love it. I love it.
So that's the option 1.
Oh, that's option 1.
Right, that's
Okay.
option 1. Or option 2 gets a little crazy, so you can have a lower end income, but let me just rephrase myself. So we got the top 2 scores of each week. They would get paid $20. So there'd be 2 people, 2 teams.
So I'm handing out $40 like every week. Just handing out
You're
money.
the commish, so yep, that you would just keep
Would
it
you
going.
pay it out every week?
I mean, that's what she's saying, yeah.
So that
Okay.
yeah, that would be the second option is the top 2 scores, but then at the end, first place would get 160 instead of the 200.
Okay.
Second place would get 80, and then third place would get 40.
Okay.
So
That's option 2.
right, that's option 2. And
How are we going to figure out which one to go with?
right, so I believe that you're gonna post something in the homies group chat.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
You can tell them that they can either pick option 1 or option 2, and that's how the homies can decide which one.
We're
they
letting the
want.
league decide.
Yeah, I think.
That's very nice of me.
Yeah. I think,
Commish of the people.
You get to decide a lot of things, Commish. So
That's
I
true.
think it's time for the homies to
I
decide.
think-
And
Okay,
option
that's
number
fair.
3 is all $480 goes to number 1, and that's it.
Correct. No.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that one. So, okay. Awesome. Payouts. Penalty. Okay, penalty. I got this one. So, threw out a poll to the league, and not many people answered. So I'm going to have to make an executive decision. It looks like as of the recording of this video, the league manager poll is tied 2-2. So it's 50-50. I asked them, should the last person in last place have to do a penalty and record it for the league? And as I said, it's a 2-2 split, so I'm going to have to make an executive decision. And my executive decision is yes.
Yes.
Whoever comes in last place
I agree.
will have to do a penalty decided on by the commissioner, unless it's me, which I mean we know it won't be, but and then they'll have to record it and submit that to the league. I feel like that keeps everybody invested a little bit till the end, because you don't want to just go, I don't get paid, I'm out of this. You still got to fight so you don't get that last place.
I think that's a great idea.
So that's how we're doing penalties this year. So the
love
last
it.
place person gets a penalty.
But they don't know what the penalty is.
I have not revealed that yet.
Will you reveal that by draft day?
Yeah. In fact, I'm glad you bring that up, because we've had a lot of questions about draft day.
Okay.
So draft day, as everybody in the league should know, our draft is happening Friday, September 3rd at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe that's 7:30 if you're on the West Coast right now. It depends. Arizona doesn't change, so it gets tricky. But 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday, September 3rd. Now, everybody's been asking, when do I get to draft? What's the draft order? How are you deciding the draft order?
Right.
We're going to reveal a very special way of doing our draft order. We got lots of surprises this year, and this is going to be the first one.
So fun.
So next week, we're going to have a live draft show I can't tell you the day or time just yet because I've got to lock a couple things in, but we're going to have a live draft show. It'll be very short, probably 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Okay.
But we're going to celebrate last year's league. We've got a special video from last year's winner.
Yep.
And then we're going to reveal how the draft order is going to be settled and then actually settle the draft order right then and there on that show for everybody to see. And then everyone will know what order they're drafting in before the draft.
Yeah,
Perfect.
sounds good.
That's great. Well, again, thank you guys for all the hard work you guys do. This
Absolutely.
league would not be the same without you. I just want to say I appreciate you.
Always.
And I think it's going to be an incredible year, guys. It's the best it's ever been. Our planning is out of this world.
May the
Yeah.
best team win.
May the best team win.
Amen.
All right.